Yo, it's doing my Faith Evans mic check. I don't know if y'all caught any of that. You know what I'm saying? Won't you come over? Won't you come over? Oh man, where's my finish line? We're gonna tie it into real life because that's what we talk. We talk real life every week. Because real life is happening every day. It's happening every second and every minute and every hour of every day. It's a lot of real life. It's a lot of real talk going on. And let's get into it. You dig? Oh man. And I didn't write any new jewelry down today. I have been in a very great writing space, just longer form writing. And I'm sorry, I just haven't had time to do that. But I do want to talk about perceptions, perspectives, and expectations. Matter of fact, let me write that down so I don't even jack it up in my own mind while we are talking this evening about it, because man, there's a lot going on in the world, man. And I really feel bad for the young cat PJ on the Hornets, man. It is terrible that something like this is happening to him, and we'll get into what this is in a second. You know what I'm saying? Because yikes. But I honestly do think it is kind of the fault of the perceptions, perspectives, and expectations of today's world that we live in that is fueled by social media. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of this it's got a lot to do with that. And we're not going to stay on him the whole time. So please don't get that messed up. Like, I don't even enjoy speaking on other people to a degree that is just, beating a horse to glue, very much just real gossipy, real chatty patty-ish, as Dame Dash would say. So no, I just want to use as an example, and then we expand from there. So to get right to it, right? I happen to hop on social because today is the day that we're doing Where's My Finish Line? Monday and Wednesdays, I like to hop on here because sometimes I get fuel for topics, and sometimes I'm like, yo, what's the temperature like? What are we talking about? What's going on? Should I not even get on? You know what I'm saying? I kind of like to do that. I like to gauge a certain way before I even crack this mic and talk to y'all. And one of the main stories I seen was, yo, Crash, what's up, my guy? How are you, bro? Hope you are doing well. So yeah, hop on Twitter and see Brittany Renner, I think trending, at her and PJ, was it PJ Washington? I believe that's his last name. Seen them trending, and Ms. Renner trending ain't really an abnormal thing. I'm thinking it's the usual, you know what I'm saying? Maybe some news at leak, maybe a little sex clip, maybe her OnlyFans account is busting, something to that effect. And it wasn't that at all. Like, sheesh, it wasn't that at all. Matter of fact, what it was her. First of all, I didn't even know she was married. Like, when I tell you I'd be totally tapped out, I'd be tapped out. I'm on another planet. I'm on a different globe, stratosphere, cloud, all of that. I'm just in a different space from just this whole world. Maybe it's because I'm 40. Maybe because IDGAF. I don't really know, but here we are. So it says that she's dating, and then the young cat, PJ, and then after they were 18, after he was 18, They get in a committed relationship, they'll get married, he gets her pregnant, and then after that, she has the baby, and then they say, like, after she has the baby, she gets divorced secretly and hustles the legal system to a reported or an alleged, I'm not sure, I didn't look too deep into the story, to get $200K a month from the young guy for 18 years. How is that working? I have no clue. Prayers to him and making sure that gets handled accordingly. But it did make me think, it made my mind go to a different place as far as the perceptions, perspectives, and expectations that we all have for people in this world. When I look at this story and how this happened, it literally speaks to how the young people of this generation, like the people that grew up and all they know is the internet, like if you were, okay, so because like, think of it like this, if you were born in 2009, by the time you are 5 years old, everything currently constructed exists. The smartphone is better than ever. Tablets are better than ever. Then you have all the platforms exist. You got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Foursquare, Uber. You know what I'm saying? Like everything exists, and this is the world that you are growing up in. Gilbert, what's up, bro? Yes, the finesse, the super duper finesse, man. And when you're older, you look at these trends and these perceptions of people or their placement, and even some of us have been jaded. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying just because you're older, you're automatically wiser when we're dealing with this thing called the internet and we're dealing in this realm called social media. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that you hope that you be a little more savvy than the younger people that are literally just growing up into the space. And just because you're growing up with all of these things around you, it doesn't make you wise. It doesn't make you aware. It doesn't make you a person that is able to navigate correctly with the right frame of mind and with the right just tools, the right tools to get into some of the situations that could very well be very hard to get out of. And that's what I see for this young cat, man. So I look at it, what is he, maybe like 20, 21 now, because he's in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? They put the age gap, age cap, which I believe was 19. I think he's in his second year. So yeah, he's like probably 21, maybe 22 at this point. And he thought he had a family. You know what I'm saying? He thought he had a wife that he could trust and he could love. He thought he had, the world, $1 million contract, attractive woman, beautiful, healthy child. What gets better than that from your emotional standpoint? He had no idea that he was going to be hustled, finessed, tricked, you know what I'm saying? Led astray, duped. And that sucks. But I want to go into a different lane with this as I talk about that. Because what happened to him is unfortunate. I mean, he should try to he should try for full custody, and I'm sure that with the conversation going in the realm of sexual predator for her, and even women saying it, that's very possible. You know what I'm saying? It could happen that way. But yeah, no, the law is definitely not set up for fathers at all, and I know all about that. But saying that to say, look at what we are expecting from people in 2021, versus what we're getting. Like the perception, like a lot of people are picking mates because of followers now. A lot of people are picking mates because of great selfies and the perception of where they are in life and what they want to be. And a lot of people are picking partners based on the look. You know what I'm saying? Nothing, very little to do with emotion. Uh, because fame and attention are drugs and currency now. A lot of people are doing a lot of things, sick things, bogus things, crazy things, in an effort to get notoriety, exposure, money, and followers, followings. It's there. I would venture and say there's a generation that would love to be brand ambassadors more than they would like to be brain surgeons. You know what I'm saying? Or barbers for that matter. And well, no, because barbers get their selfie games crazy too. So I can't even put it out there like that. But saying all that to say that what was that young man's perception of this woman? What was his expectation for her to be led to that reality so harshly? Kill something on my wall, my bad. I think about that, and it really it's really disheartening. It's one of the reasons why I'm glad personally that my daughter is not too wrapped up in social media. Like, she watches 5-minute crafts on YouTube. We don't have her on TikTok. We don't have her doing none of that stupid stuff. And not that she can't have fun, but to be a young person who's still trying to figure out who you are and being raised in this world by your device and all the images and the comments and the perceptions that you see online, it's got to be rough. It's got to be rough, because now and now you think about it, right? People say things like never talk about religion or politics and like on social platforms and in social media, right? But I would also add relationships to that, religion, relationships, and politics. I think that's the big three of things that you just can't talk about on the internet, because people they combat to be right. They don't combat to listen, to be understood. Like, the comprehension lowers and it takes a back seat to well, my perception and my perspective is right and yours is wrong, or something so bogus happened to me that, like, if you don't just agree with me, then you're just effing wrong. And that's the wrong way to go about it as well. But then I look at these young people who watch all of that. They watch that they watch older people like my age or even older spew just their thoughts of what it better be, what it can't be, and what needs to be done, and then everybody's in the game of facade. Everybody's in the game of just make it look good, no matter what it really is. And I think that it's slowly but surely just devaluing, like, the human. And I know that might sound super crazy to some of y'all, and I understand it. But I just I'm thankful, even for my own personal life, that I've got my wherewithal at a time where I could be like, yo, you know what? I can turn myself off from this, get out here and live a real life and really separate the fact from the fiction. You know what I'm saying? The authentic from the artificial. Like, I really want a chance to do that. And some people just can't do that. And that's what I think happened to this young guy. his perception was, oh, yo, I got this older bad chick, you know what I'm saying? Look at the selfies we're gonna take. I know other dudes in my high school wanted her. You know what I'm saying? And I'm making it to the NBA. And you know, and that should be enough, you know what I'm saying, to keep a woman like that, because she a boss, I'm a boss, we a power cup, like, you know what I'm saying? Everything that we could just get wrapped up into over just goofy perception. Just goofy perception. And now look where he is, you know. Who are the OGs around this young cat to be like, yo, man, you know, that young lady right there may not be the one for you. You know, I get the stunt and I get the stat, but you might want to look for something, you know, more your speed. Somebody that's really liking you for you. Somebody that really knows even something about basketball and not just how to, you know, have sex with them. You know, that like we're running out of people even wanting to be OGs at this point. At least that's the perception, you know, because it's wild how nobody came to this young man's aid to, you know, speak left or right. But at the same time, you know, going back to situations with the baby, you know, T.I. was the first one to jump out to say whatever he had to say, which still shouldn't have been said. And it's like, you know, we can't always take the route of, you can't teach these young people nothing. You know, we can't take the route of, man, I tried to tell them, but, you know, sometimes, and granted, we do have to bump our heads sometime. We do have to bump our heads sometime in life. That is meant to happen. That is meant to educate. That is meant to give you a real reality of how to move differently and how to change your thought process and your thinking. But that's not what happens on the internet anymore. You know, now it's, yeah, that hurt, but, you know, depending on how much attention I get, I'll do it again. You know, it also manifests its way into, so, you know what, I'm so hurt by what happened to me. Now everybody that just don't fall in line with this is just incorrect. And we're losing dialogue. We're losing healthy conversation. We are losing the core of what make humans human, you know, and that's that humanity and care for others. We're missing that that thing within us all that wants to nurture out of nature. You know, I don't like to see any of my young homies go through things. I don't like to see any of my homies my age just go through things. We should be we don't know how to be here for each other anymore without an opinion. We don't know how to be with each other without a solution. You know, sometimes people just want to be listened to, and sometimes they just need you to hear them. They need you to listen to them. Like, you know, people going to social media to vent, in my view, people going to social media to vent only because I've been here is because they feel nobody else is listening anywhere else. And that sucks. You know, we don't have a culture of people who think, oh, I could go talk to my mom, talk to my dad, I can talk to my brother or sister, I got cousins I can talk to, either I can talk to my friends, and we are so wrapped up in being on this joint right here, this, like we're so wrapped up into this, and like, you know, even when, you know, people are attempting to help, it's going back to this, because people want to give the perception of being real. You know what I'm saying? People want to give their perspective on your situation. Like those, they're not even memes. People screenshot text messages and post them and be like, yo, was this person wrong? Like, you know, and And now we're in a time where people are arguing over arguments from other people that they don't even know. I can't even see them now. They don't even see their faces. And the perception and the perspectives are so crazy with just people. And I really wish that we all, self-included, because I'm never excluded. And when I'm bringing these topics and we talk, you know what I mean? I'm never excluded. I'm never excluded from the perceptions and the perspectives, because what I always try to do is speak in perspective. Like, I've been trying to do a really good job of just presenting a topic versus giving my view on it first and foremost. Or, some things you can't fake, some ways to just feel about things. But I also just like to know things. I'm very inquisitive, as my DISC assessment test said. Anyway, but I use that inquisitiveness to understand, because by nature I do want to just assist. I want to help people. I want to understand people. I probably should have been a psychologist. I don't know, but not going back to school, so dead that. But what I can do is just be. I would just like to be a vessel, if you will, just a person that you can tell me things, we can talk things out, and you'll never see me go onto social media in real time to speak about those things. I know some of you, especially in the past, on this very page, if you're watching through Facebook, you know that I've posted some topics and I've said some things, and we've had sidebar conversations, and they've never went past that thread. You know what I'm saying? That private messaging thread. It never went past there, and it never will, because I don't need to have the perception of, I'm always helping people. I don't need the perspective of, I'm saying, I'm so real. People come to me with their problems, and this is what I tell them to do. Like, I don't need that. And I hope that just people get out of trying to prove their perspective and their just perception to just these other people that you will never see probably in your life outside of your own device. So that leads us right into expectations. I think expectations are something that I think we all have, as I take a quick sip of water here. Expectations are interesting, right? Because to a degree, we were all taught to live by the golden rule, right? Do unto others as they do unto you. And then, of course, it's the meme of stop looking for you and other people, And a lot of people, I think, are overly concerned with the expectations of others. And something that I've been doing probably for maybe about 5 years, maybe even longer than that. If I really think about when it started, and I'll share a story about how I got to this. But I stopped giving people expectations at all. I don't put anything past anybody. I expect the equal amount of good or bad to happen by anyone at any time. Why do I feel that way? Because of how my 30s went. Literally because of how my entire 30s went is why I now never hold anybody to any certain expectations. Because when I took the chance to be like, this is me, they shouldn't do me like that because of who I've been to them, or yo, why are they coming at me like that, or why is this being done to me when I've only done this, or when I've done this in retaliation, or if I've done this to stop something, why does this happen, and why are they saying this and they doing that? And you know what? It totally fried my brain. It fried my brain beyond belief. It was one of those situations where I really sat and was like, why do I expect so much from other people? And of course, I got on the whole train of stop looking for yourself, or don't expect people to do what you do and be who you are and all of that. And that's true. But however, I'm telling you right now, don't expect a high or low expectation of a person. Expect zero expectation. I totally believe in the concept of free will. And free will is the ability to change your mind about who you are, who you want to be, and what you want to do any second, any day while you're alive. And I never paint it from this angle, but let's do it today since we got a few minutes, right? It's no different than a person that is working at Lowe's and they are having let's say that they work in the hardware department and they've been doing their job for 7 years. They're the department manager. Everything goes through them. And one day they decide, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be the hardware manager anymore. I am about to enroll in school and I'm about to be a lawyer. And then they turn their direction into being a lawyer. They go to a school. They then get the education, do the knowledge, get their certifications, pass the bar exam, and then boom, they are now a lawyer. They're no longer the hardware manager. They are just now back. They are now a lawyer because they said they wanted to be. Now, maybe the store manager's expectation for that store for them changed. Maybe they feel a way that they left. Maybe they feel a way about the way they left. Maybe when the guy left that store or the woman, they left, didn't give a 2 weeks notice to say, hey, look, this is it. I'm out. We ain't doing this no more. Went to law school, became a lawyer. So now look, even though self-improvement was happening from that person, they took that chance. They bet on themselves. They, all the cute and crazy buzzwords, right? They bet on themselves. They believed in themselves. They decided to change. They put in the work and they made something happen. They were still a casualty along the way. The fact that he didn't want to serve that 2 weeks notice, or the fact that he or she did not want to serve that 2 weeks notice at that job may have forever burned a few people in that store that they left behind. But what was the expectation? The expectation was that they were happy and they were going to do what they were supposed to do because that's what you should do, right? But see, even that in itself is hollow. Like, what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to do what we want, and I mean, and if we're going to be mature and we're going to really think about it in social constructs, I'm not saying that I'm not using this to go out of your way to justify every single action in life, but look at how everything in life happens. It's because people make the decision to do it. Some guy is going to wake up and go to work. Some guy is going to wake up and rob the person at the ATM. They're going to make the attempt. Somebody is going to wake up in the greatest mood ever. It's going to be the best day of their life. Somebody's going to wake up on that exact same day, and it's going to be the worst day of their life, and they may end it all. Perceptions, perspectives, and expectations. That's what a lot of this is. And honestly, and I'm not saying I'm living life to the greatest speed and that, saying everybody should think and do like me, but I do believe in a lot of the just having low expectations of people, but high expectations of myself. I think that has truly helped me out. And that's what I want to offer you all today. Like, since this is a different show, I don't really want to cloud it with too many other like jewels at the end. And since we are 30 minutes and some change mark, I do want to say this. Have low expectations. No, have no expectations for others and high expectations for yourself. Because the only thing that you know is who you are. That person that you are and that person you want to be are the only two things that you personally have control over. So what I would say as I'm reaching my finish line is stop worrying about what other people could do or should do, or what you think they would, could, or should do for you or to you or around you. It's not about them. It's about you. It's about you. It's always going to be about you. When I made this decision in my mind, I think we talked about it last Wednesday. I want to say we talked about it last Wednesday. And I found my finish line, right? Well, I found my path to get to the finish line. And thank you to my friend Sam, who said, maybe your finish line is the Songwriter Hall of Fame. So now that I found my path, I had two options. I could, one, quit all my jobs and just focus on that path solely, put two different companies in a bind, and also put my daughter in a bind financially, put my girl in a bind financially. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could have done that, but I chose another route. The route I chose was to, hey, I can do both. But now that I know my finish line, I know my path, let's put focus and pressure on this, because there's 24 hours in a day. There's 24 hours in a day. What are you going to do with all of them? You can't just eat, sleep, shit, and masturbate. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to be more to your life than that. You dig? So with that, I then set forth a path for myself, and I've held myself accountable. The expectation I've put on myself is getting the work done, not the expectations of what others should do for me or should provide me with. You are only in control of your perception, your perspective, and your expectations, not of others. So again, I'm saying don't have a high or a low expectation of anybody. Have zero expectation. Put high expectations on yourself, and that's how you get things done. Just one man and his perspective. How you perceive it depends on you. You know what I'm saying? And look, and we're open to agree, and we're open to disagree. That is fine. This is what I do. This is how I get through my days. And I think it's important to understand that, because again, the only person that you know every move of is you. You're in control of all your moves. I've been struggling with this idea of how am I going to cut sugar out of my diet? You know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to figure out ways to cut salt and sugar out of my diet as I pursue another just health goal, and also another just monetary goal, if God sees it possible. But I can't go on this rampage and be like, why does everything have sugar in it? I need people to stop selling things with sugar. No. What I got to do is be like, okay, I see what that is, but I got to make the decision to stop buying that. I got to make a decision to stop eating that, indulging in this, using that, because I said I want to do this. And you do this by making that sacrifice and staying disciplined to staying away from that. And that's what it is truly all about from my perception and perspective. All right. Where's my finish line? I hope you enjoyed watching this whenever you decide to watch it. Thank you for everybody that chimed in. I appreciate all of you for listening. And just one more time to just leave you with that last piece of jewelry that I want to give for today. It's two things. One, keep zero expectations of others and high expectations for yourself. And the only person that you know is going to make X move or Y move, and the only person whose moves that you can definitely determine every single day, every single second of every single day, is yours. All right. Again, appreciate you all. Enjoy your evening. Please be safe. Whatever you're about to do, please be safe. And as always, it's love.